And I'm back with you for some nonsensical polling results out of Texas. These are post-election results for a poll which took place mid-December, and the results confirm that Texas remains a solidly pro-MAGA, pro-oligarchy state. 47% of respondents indicate that Texas is heading in the right direction, despite the fact that it continues to move further and further to the right and further towards theocracy. Apparently, Texas residents are happy about that. Governor Abbott comes in with a 55% approval rating, so he is in an excellent position heading into 2026, which is a disappointment to those of us who would love to see any other governor besides Abbott. Ted Cruz somehow comes in with an approval rating of 49%, despite the fact that you can literally ask any Democrat or Republican in Texas what they think about Ted Cruz, and they will tell you that they hate him. At this point, I think the only thing that matters is he's pro-MAGA and will support whatever President-elect Trump wants. Because Elon Musk is a resident of Texas and does have his companies headquartered in Texas now, poll participants were also asked about their views of him, and he currently has a 52% approval rating in Texas. Now, participants were also asked an open-ended question about what the upcoming legislative session in Texas's Congress should focus on, and the most commonly provided response was immigration, with 22% of participants indicating that should be a top priority. I think this is largely based on this myth that immigrants are responsible for crime. However, I find it interesting that Governor Abbott has paid $100,000 of taxpayer money to erect billboards in Mexico and Central America, telling migrants or telling would-be migrants that if they cross the border into Texas, they will be raped and unalived by Texas residents. At the same time, he's telling Texas residents that migrants crossing the border will rape and unalive Texans. So which is it, Governor Abbott? It can't be both. Now, the second most commonly provided response was the economy at 16%, followed by education at 8%. Education being so low came as a bit of a shock to me because school vouchers are a hot topic, and it is well known that Texas's Congress will be focusing in on that issue over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Now, sadly, only 3% of respondents indicated that abortion should be a priority of the legislative body, despite the fact that when explicitly asked about abortion, 43% of respondents indicated that Texas's abortion laws are too strict. There was, I think, 20%, roughly 20%, maybe plus or minus 5%, indicated that the laws were just fine, and 20-ish%, plus or minus 5%, indicated that the laws were not strict enough. So the largest population said that the laws are too strict, and yet they don't want to do anything about it, because in Texas, no one cares about women's lives. I think everyone is operating under the assumption that these laws are not going to impact them personally or impact anyone they love or care about. So in Texas, as long as the bad things happen to someone who is a stranger, it's fine. If a stranger bleeds out in the parking lot and dies of a miscarriage, who cares? As long as it doesn't happen to someone you love. It's such a selfish view, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyhow, that's today's Texas nonsense.